Hello and welcome to the Faisal channel. Today, our explanation or lesson is about the correct way to make a business card, or what people commonly refer to as a business card. When you visit someone, go to a company, meet an employee, or see a manager, they give you their card, which has their name, their position, and the contact details you need to get in touch with them. This is one of the most well-known printed materials in the world of advertising and marketing, such as business cards. You might be wondering at first, as a designer, how can I quickly and efficiently create, or perhaps even put together, this simple and familiar thing? Alright, let's start together. First, we have the famous app, or rather the most famous one, which is Adobe Illustrator. It works with vectors, unlike Photoshop, which is raster-based and deals with images, pixels, and those kinds of things. It's a very easy and truly amazing app, especially for use in the world of printing or in advertising and marketing. It's honestly an incredible tool, a world of its own. Illustrator is the designer's world, our creative space, our everyday world. No one in the design industry can really do without this powerful and essential app. Alright, let's get started together. Here, I'm currently working on Illustrator CC on Mac. We have all the tools here, the color panel, the color guide, and the character panel ready to use. It all depends on how you've set up your interface. Here, I created a new document or a new page. Now, I look and see I have a tool here. The first thing that always matters is knowing the correct size or the right dimensions, or the measurements you want to use. Let's look first at the artboard here, or the artboard options, which is the page size you want or the required page dimensions. Alright, now the business card, or what everyone commonly knows as a business card, is usually 9 centimeters. Or let's say, in our region, in the Middle East, it's commonly known that the width is always 9 centimeters by 5 centimeters. This is the standard size. Some people might make it 8 by 5 or 9 by 4, which makes it longer. Or it really depends on what is required from you as a designer, the brief or the information you receive, according to what the client wants. So we stick to the standard, which is 9 by 5 centimeters. Let's get started together. Okay, let's go ahead. Now we have the artboard set to the correct business card size. Alright. You might have a business card with 2 sides, meaning front and back. For example, on the front side, the name, the addresses, phone number. And you might have just the logo on the back with the company logo enlarged. Or most people do it in Arabic and English. So the front side would be in Arabic, and the back side would be in English. Alright, so now we have the page here, or the artboard as a page. Alright, there's something important at the beginning, which is the bleed. You might learn about the bleed later on, but I want to talk about it from the start. The bleed is for printing, so that the edges of the cut come out properly after printing and during the editing stage. So I press Command plus P on Mac, or on Windows it's Control plus P. The P from People brings up the document setup. Or I can go to File and you'll find it here as Document Setup. Alright, here you'll first see the unit centimeters, millimeters, inches, and so on, as well as pixels. We're working in centimeters here, and this is where you'll find the bleed that I was just talking about. Or, what's required from us is the bleed you have here bottom, left, right, meaning top, bottom, right, and left. You always set it here to be uniform. So, for example, if I set it to 2 millimeters here, of course, the bleed shouldn't exceed 2 or 3 millimeters, 2 millimeters is enough. Now, everything is set to 2 millimeters. If you want to change it here, for example, just for the right side, you can remove this, and then it all goes back to 3, or you can switch it. But we don't always set it the same for all sides top, bottom, right, and left. It's either 2 millimeters or 2.5 millimeters, depending on what's required. So I set it to 2 millimeters here, and then click OK. Now it automatically selected the plate for me, which is outside the cutting process. Alright, So now, if I have two sides, like a front and a back, I can take the second page here, and it will copy all its property as it will take the plate with it, and everything else. Okay, so here we set up the first stage, or actually the most important stage. In design, or in the design process, this is the artwork stage, or the stage where I determine the correct size. I knew the stupid. I understood how it should ultimately come out for printing or for the print shop in the correct format. Now, there's something I didn't want to mention at the very beginning, but it's extremely important. Most designers up to now, or even sometimes you'll find an art director or someone else. Someone who's been in the design world, in the printing world for years. I still don't know the difference between RGB and CMYK. Look, anything you want to print. A book, a magazine, a business card, a flyer, a brochure. It's absolutely crucial, guys, really, really important. The document color mode for the page has to be CMYK. If you work in RGB, you'll end up losing a lot of things in the end. Color changes during printing, and you'll run into major problems. This is extremely important. Anything you create for print must be in CMYK. That's cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And I'm sure you already know that, right? Let's move on to how to assemble the design. Of course, I've already prepared something here. You know, we live in a fast-paced world, and with all the design websites out there, you can grab something from FreePic. You can design whatever suits you on your own. I've just prepared something very simple, just to make the explanation quicker. So, I just want to place the design on what we've created and what we've been working on. Focus on the bleed area here. Place this on the bleed on the 2 millimeters. Alright, so we try as much as possible to keep it on the borders we have here. Okay, everything's good. Everything looks great. Alright, this background will definitely be on the back, or depending on your design. So I'll take a Control plus C or Command plus C. Now I come here to its backside. I make Command F, which is the best front or for beginners. Let's go to Edit and choose Copy. Then we come here and do Paste in front or Paste in back, so it places it in the exact same spot or position. Okay, so we have two floors here. This backgrounder, the back layer, it's up to you whether you want it or not. But in our lesson, I might have put it here just for explanation purposes. Maybe we're using it as a mask. Alright, I understand what you're saying. Anyway, let's take a moment to refocus and continue with what we were discussing, making sure we're all on the same page before we move forward. So now it looks like this. Let's say this is my logo and we've placed it at the top of the page. Usually, logos or emblems are placed right there for visibility. Left, bottom, okay, it depends. We can move it onto the plate. Here, we can write the name. It could be Faisal. Okay, which is the name of our channel. I hope you subscribe to it. If you liked the explanation or enjoyed the lesson. It could be in white, and as you see, we have it in white. So, this is where we've reached. Maybe the logo is just on the back by itself, or as we mentioned, it could be in Arabic and English. Alright, with this result, we've now reached our full, comprehensive, and detailed explanation, or the correct and proper way to do it. The business card or business card design. I hope the lesson or the explanation was clear, and if you have any questions or inquiries, I hope to find them in the comments on my channel so we can keep going with the explanations and lessons. I also hope you'll subscribe to the channel for all the lessons. Thank you for watching.